Out, the center fielder steps in, and we are set to go a minute early. And at first pitch strike, we get going at 7:04. And Matt Latos making his fourth major league start. He's 0-1 to Nate McLouth. Quickly 2 strikes with the 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Doing what you'd like to see him doing, jumping ahead early.
Another fastball, that one fouled back. Padres come in having seen their 5-game winning streak ended here yesterday, 6-1, the hands of the Brewers. Braves beaten last night by the Dodgers in Atlanta 9-1. Nate McLouth playing in his 49th game as a Brave, traded this season from Pittsburgh.
I was surprised when they decided to trade him.
He really was the beginning of what has turned into a lot of turnover for the Pirates this year. Like there's another refugee, so to speak, from the Pirates this year, Adam LaRoche, also with Atlanta via the Red Sox. LaRoche in the lineup tonight for Bobby Cox.
Boy, that guy, I saw a picture of Bobby Cox there. He's one of the best.
This pitch high at a full count. Adrian's not in the lineup for the Padres. Do not be surprised to see him get in the game at some point. So after an 0-2 count on McLouth to begin, a walk is how this one starts. And a look at the Braves lineup. It's McLouth out front. Prado, then Chipper Jones. He leads the Braves with 13 home runs. Then McCann hitting cleanup. Garrett Anderson in left. Escobar playing short. LaRoche is at first. Diaz at right. And the pitcher Kawakami. Martin Prado, the second baseman, takes it at the knees for strike one.
See that Latos' numbers, 2-1. Opponent's only hitting 164. Good ERA, and again, he's getting on the job training. So, he jumped ahead of McLouth there 0-2 and ended up walking him. After an outstanding start in his last start against the Reds, where he's able to mix his pitches up, that's what he's going to need to do against this lineup for the Braves.
And he wants the catcher Alfonso to come out in his last start against Cincinnati on Wednesday. 7 innings, 1 run, 1 hit. The only hit was a Jerry Hairston home run. And he also had 4 strikeouts. Needed only 86 pitches to go 7 innings.
So he got them to locate the fastball, chase the breaking ball. He did a good job of throwing it for strikes when he needed to and getting them to chase when he needed to.
Foul back. And 2 on Prado. He's playing with a bad left ankle. Got hit in the ankle during batting practice Thursday at Florida.
And again, Latos challenging him up in the zone. And thus far, I think the thing I like is that, he's not scared. He's going right after people.
Line into center field and base hit. Prado, and down to second goes McLeod. 2 on, nobody out in the Atlanta first inning. Padre defense tonight behind Latos as Headley, Gwynn, and Venable in the outfield. Kyle Blanks getting the start at first with Adrian not in the starting lineup, and the third start of the season at first for Kyle. Nobody out for third baseman Chipper Jones. An off-speed strike. 404 on base for Chipper Jones. .364 with runners in scoring position. 6th best in the National League. He comes through again. Base hit left field. They'll stop the lead runner McLeod, and the Braves have the bases loaded with nobody out.
Well, that's why that guy right there, Chipper Jones, is a pretty good hitter. He didn't waste any time. Wanted to see one. Saw a breaking ball for a strike. Got a fastball away. And he didn't try to pull it. He just served it in the left field for a base hit. So already 3 hitters in. Lato's in a little bit in a big spot right here with the meat of this order coming up to the plate.
Pitching coach Darren Balsley out to visit with the young right-hander. .14 pitches already thrown by Latos, and now the cleanup hitter up. Braves catcher Brian McCann. Fastball, strike one.
Latos has been able to get ahead. He's been able to get ahead with the fastball. And at some point, you're going to have to be able to mix his pitches up.
Inside to McCann. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty good pitch right there to McCann. Looked like he put it in a good spot.
Line foul past first. McCann out in front of it and pulled it just foul.
Change up. See McCann out in front of that. Tries to stay back on that back leg, but gets out in front. Hooks it foul.
High fly center field. Tony back near the edge of the warning track to make the catch. Lead 2 runners tag. The throw comes into second base. McLeod scores. Crowder to third. RBI for McCann on the sac fly. 1-0 Atlanta.
Let's take a look at a pitch track here to Brian McCann. Fastball strike. Changeup. Was a little bit in. And then out in front of the changeup, and then a fastball. Got in on him just enough. McCann still able to get it almost to the warning track in center field for the sacrifice fly, but it gives the Braves an early lead.
53rd run batted in for Brian McCann, and runners at the corners, 1 out. Veteran Garrett Anderson up. Check swing. They need to appeal that. And yes, he did. There's Angel Campos, the third base umpire. Still strange to see this guy.
Just going to say the same thing.
In an Atlanta uniform.
Yeah. You play your whole career with one team.
14 seasons with the Angels.
Been American leaguer his whole career, and now he's there in the National League. Looks like he's starting to heat up too, hitting 289.
356 average since the All-Star break for Garrett Anderson, despite being over his last 12. Shallow right, Eck going out. Prado tagging, heading for the plate, and he is easily out at home. Well, surprisingly, Prado decided to test Eck, who was not all that deep in right field. And he made a nice one-hop throw to Alfonso, and the double play ends the inning. I think Eck was even a little surprised he was coming. Braves settle for one in the first. Padres coming up.
Absolutely, because you see an infielder backpedaling like that, and you're more apt to take a chance. And that's a great job of blocking a plate by Alfonso. Watch him sit on the plate. There's no way he could get to it. Eck makes a perfect one-hop throw, gives him a nice long hop. Gets him the ball in plenty of time to block the plate. Nice job of execution all the way around. Although, really, you'd like to see Venable take charge on that ball and maybe catch it coming in where he's got an easier throw. But it worked out good for the Pods.
Oh, 2 count on Tony, but if Venable takes charge, it makes the catch. Perhaps
Prado's not going to try to go.
Run.
That's exactly right.
Kinshin Kawakami. Another chase the breaking ball in the dirt. McCann has to throw to first to complete the strikeout. Take a look at the lineup for the Padres tonight. Gwynn, then Eckstein. Venable batting in the 3 spot at right field. McCoos, Headley in left. Blanks playing first. Alfonso Cabrera batting 8, hitting .429 in his last 9. And Latos, the pitcher, hitting 9.
On the mound, Kawakami making his 20th start. First against the Pods. You see his numbers: 4.37 ERA. Opponents hitting .253. And one thing they've said about Kawakami is that he takes his time out there. He's not a quick worker. But thus far, he's shown a pretty good fastball, running away from left-hand hitters, and a little breaking ball.
Fouled over by the Padre dugout. Played 11 seasons for Chunichi in Japan. Won the Central League MVP and also the Central League, what is their equivalent of the Cy Young Award in the same year in 2004. And now in his first year in Major League Baseball. Jumped out to Prado. Makes the long underhand toss to Gudek. 2 away. Let's take a look at the defense behind Kawakami tonight. Brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to SDStorage.com to find a store near you today. Chipper Jones, 14 errors this season, which is a usually high number for Chipper.
Kind of surprising, but usually one of the better third basemen.
Will Venable batting in the 3 spot tonight, playing right field. And homered in 3 consecutive games before an 0 for 4 yesterday, and laces that into left center field for a 2-out single. I think you see Will being more comfortable squaring more balls up here the last few weeks.
I think he made a subtle adjustment in Cincinnati where he straightened up in his stance. Before he was slightly crouched over, and now he's more upright. And since then, he's really been swinging the bat really well. He's shown power the other way. Hit 2 homers in Cincinnati the other way, or hit 2 home runs the other way. 1 in Cincinnati, 1 against the Brewers, and then pulled a homer the second game, and is really, to me, really swinging good.
Fouled away right side by Kuz. The loss to the Brewers yesterday put the Padres back under 500 at home on the year at 26-27. Towards right center field, McLeod on the run, over his head to the fence, and here comes Venable around third. He's going to try to score the equalizer and does so on a Kuzmanoff double. Kuz lacing one to right center. His 59th run batted in, and it is a 1-1 game.
And that's very nice hitting right there by Kevin Kuzmanoff. Got a fastball out over the plate. And boy, he just stays right on that ball and drives it over McLeod's head. That's what you're looking for. You can get that, what he just did right there. I mean, that ball's out over the plate, and he did not try to pull it. He just went right with it and drove it to the, to the wall in right center field. And boy, oh boy, if he could do that on a consistent basis, he would, I think, really be a big RBI guy in the middle of the Padre lineup. So, and there's Randy Reddy. I know that puts a smile on his face.
Who's now with an RBI in 8 of his last 10 starts. So perhaps that consistency is coming about. Pulled foul past first by Chase.
Well, again, these guys are working. It's for guys like Kuzmanoff, who's had some time here. That's been the one part of his game that's been missing, is taking that ball out over the plate and just going ahead, driving it to right center field. It's okay. He got the job done. He drove in the run. And with his strength, he's going to hit some balls out of the ballpark that way.
Ball and 2 strikes. Blocked by McCann, keeping Kuzmanoff at second base.
Well, that last pitch looked like a changeup, but it had, let's take a look at it. It kind of had the action of a split finger. It went straight down in the ground pretty quickly. And just like the Braves are seeing Latos for the first time, Padre hitters seeing come Kawakami for the first time.
Slowly to the right side. The underhand toss. LaRoche to Kawakami. Little two-out rally, though, for the Padres. Hits by Venable and Kuzmanov. We cruise through the first. Tied at 1. Kicks down low for ball 1. Nice numbers for Escobar, the Brave shortstop.
He's another one of these young guys that the Braves have developed that I just think he can't miss. I mean, he's already hitting 300. He's got some power, 11 home runs. He's been, RBI, decent RBI guy, 58 RBIs.
Makes a strike, 2-1. Had a few clouds earlier, but some more clearing. It's out to shallow center field, right center, and Tony comes in to gobble that up for the first out of the second. Letos gets the leadoff man after the first 3 reached in the first inning. Here's Adam LaRoche, playing in just his 3rd game since being reacquired by the Braves. LaRoche began the season, of course, with the Pirates, where he was playing with his brother. In fact, played in the series here against the Padres earlier this season, April 26th. April 24th through the 26th. But in the April 26th game, LaRoche had 2 homers here. One off Jake Peavy, 3-run homer, and then one later in the game off Luis Perdomo.
LaRoche is a smooth swinging first baseman. I mean, he doesn't put a whole lot of effort into it. Nice and smooth swing. Got power to all fields.
Well, you said the key word power, and of course he was traded to Boston, and the Red Sox traded him to Atlanta for Casey Kochman.
Yeah,
basically first baseman for first baseman. A lot of pundits were thinking, all right, what's the motivation there? And that's hit well left center field, and the power is the reason why right there. Home run, Adam LaRoche makes it 2-1 Atlanta. But that's what the Braves wanted more of. And they looked to get more power from LaRoche than they were getting from a Casey Kochman.
And I think they thought when they got Kochman that he was going to develop the power. And to me, it was awful surprising that Adam LaRoche got dealt to Boston, had some success in Boston, and then got dealt to the Braves. But as you see, nice and easy swing, and he's got power to all fields and drives that ball out of here straight away left field.
So LaRoche now has 13 homers on the season, and 3 of them here at Petco Park.
We talked in the open about how these guys, like to hit here. And we've played an inning and a third, and they've got 3 hits already.
41st RBI for LaRoche. 1-1 to Diaz. Up the middle. Everett able to get to it. And that'll be an infield base hit for Matt Diaz. Hey, Wednesday is officially free and easy at the Del Mar Racetrack. Diamond Club members enjoy free stretch run admission, free reserve seating, and a free program. Plus, enjoy half-price domestic craft beers, sodas, and hot dogs at select stretch run concessions.
Latos made a good pitch there, change-up, and Diaz just bounced it up the middle. And the other one had a long way to go to get it, was able to field it, but couldn't make a play.
Runner takes off, throw down to second. Unless he came off the bag, he did, and he's called out, and Diaz argues. Jim Reynolds, the umpire at second base, and then Diaz quickly abandons the argument. Now, it looked like he had this beaten rather easily with the head-first slide, but the tag held on, and I think he came off.
I think he ever kept the tag on him like good infielders should. You see him beat it, and he's waiting, and he did come off the bag. Now, whether he was given a nudge or not, that's the umpire's discretion, but Cabrera kept the tag on him, and it looked like he just came off the bag.
Everett pointing it out. Does go as a 2-6 caught stealing, an appeal down to first. DeMuro says he went around. Well, the left hand definitely comes off.
And see, his foot's on the outside of the bag. It's not usually, most base runners hook that foot on the back of the bag. And
line to left field by Kawakami, and coming in, caught by Headley as that ball was sinking. Braves pitcher put a pretty good swing on that. Braves get one, though, on the LaRoche home run. Fans receive a free Padres Hall of Fame cap presented by the California Lottery. Plus, Dick Williams will be inducted into the Padres Hall of Fame before the game. Different caps here tonight. And into the home half of the second inning. 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Padres. Blanks, Alfonso, and Cabrera against Inshin Kawakami. Cal making the start at first base. Adrian Gonzalez not in the lineup. He still has his consecutive games played streak of 313 games. Hit well, right center. McLeod watching it sailing. Onto the beach. Solo shot. Kyle leads off the second with that blast, his sixth, and it's 2-2.
Man, that is just easy power right there to the deepest part of the park. Right center field. Golly. That ball's on the outer half of the plate. And like a lot of the hitters, they're not afraid to go the other way. They're just going with it. And McLeod gave up on that ball way before it got to the fence. He knew he couldn't catch it. It was just a matter if it was going to stay in the ballpark.
Big pitch swinging. Alfonso grounds it through the hole on the left side for a base hit. I'll tell you what, parents out on the beach, the right center field, especially when Kyle Blanks is up, better pay attention. Keep an eye on the kids out there. There's maybe a baseball headed that way.
They're just not used to baseball flying out that way. Normally they get in the sand and the kids not really looking. One guy sees it. And luckily it landed in between the little children building the sand castles. And Blanks, when he came in, he did give Randy Reddy, the hitting coach, a little nudge like, yeah, right center field. Yeah, I see that.
But you really said it. Easy power. I mean, it's almost like a pitcher. How some guys are max effort, and it really looks like they're trying to use everything. And then other guys are an easy throw, and
just like Adam LaRoche when he went the other way. And I think in this ballpark, you feel like I think hitters feel like they have to muscle up because of the track record of this ballpark. But Adam LaRoche hit a ball to straightaway left field. It got out of here pretty easy, nice and easy. Kyle Blanks comes up. He hits the first pitch, which he's hit. 4 of his 6 home runs have been on the first pitch. And granted, you're going to get a fastball first pitch. Hey, take a swing. But he didn't try to overpower that ball. He just hit it where it was pitched, and it got out of here to right center.
Cabrera chops it, and LaRoche leaps, comes down with it, and gets an out at first. Well, LaRoche, right at the top of that jump, came away with the baseball, and the Braves are fortunate to get it out right here. That ball is coming close to getting down the line.
I mean, right at the top of his jump, he's able to come down with that. You see him not really look at second, but takes the out at first. Nice play by LaRoche.
If that gets over, LaRoche, with Everett's speed and Alfonso in front of him, he's probably on Alfonso's heels.
Yeah, he's going to
about 6 more steps.
He's going to track him down.
With a 3 unassisted put out for the first down of the inning. And pitcher Madletos.
He's 0 for 6 looking for his first big league hit.
Went around, 2 strikes. Now Blanks led off the inning with a home run.
You almost feel like you should say it's more than a home run here. To where he hit that ball to right center field, that's almost like a home run and a single.
Jammed him and popped up, and LaRoche in foul territory. 2 outs. Follow the road to Wintersville to Sequan every Monday and Wednesday now through August 12th. And win a share of over $500,000 in cash and hot new Corvettes. Two away with Alfonso at second. 2-2 game here in the second. And Tony 0 for 1. First pitch strike.
Three balls. Wow. It tells you guys are swinging.
Maybe a little bit low, and it's 1-1.
All the time he's coming in Junior the same way he did the first time. Fastball strike. Tailing fastball. He threw it for a strike the first time. This time he didn't. And it looks like he's trying to get ahead with the hard stuff, see if he'll chase the bad ball. Weird. Like a split down in the zone. He's worked himself ahead in the count here. And when Junior comes up to the plate, they shift like they used to shift me. They shallow up in left, move the center fielder over on the third base side of second base, and the right fielder plays straight. So,
breaking ball grounded to the second baseman Prado. Padres tie it up though, thanks to the leadoff home run from Kyle Blanks. Melting one out to right center is 6th. And it's 2-2 after 2. Game over, 7 back in the NL East. They've missed the postseason each of the last 3 years after making it 14 years in a row, and no wild cards in that mix. They won a division title 14 straight years.
Unbelievable.
91-93 in the NL West, then 95-05 as member of the NL East.
That's right, you heard Mark correct. NL West. Atlanta used to be in the NL West.
Cincinnati and
Houston.
Geography was all messed up back then, huh?
Back in the days of 2 divisions.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, we forget about it now because divisionally, when we go to Colorado, it's a long trip in the division. Mm-hmm. You guys used to have to go to Atlanta, Cincinnati, 3 times a year.
That trip that you were talking about we were talking about earlier about the Braves, playing a night game and then having to come back out here. We used to do that all the time.
McLeod skies it. Out into center field. And Junior making the catch. Quick out here in the top of the third.
Back then, you would go on trips, 3-city trips. Atlanta, Houston, Cincinnati would be one, or New York, Montreal, Philly would be one.
Martin Prado singled. His first time up, takes a breaking ball strike. All right, second time through the order here. Latos, do you have to make some adjustments at all? It looks like they've been sitting hard stuff here.
Yeah, they look like they've handled his fastball pretty good, so he's going to have to start throwing the changeup and the breaking ball. Get these hitters off his fastball.
Foul by a couple of feet outside of third. Prado, after his base hit to center in the first, wound up at third base and then tried to score on a shallow fly ball to right that the second baseman Eckstein caught. And Eck threw him out at the plate to win the inning. Fly ball right field. Venable maneuvers back. Two fly ball outs in the Atlanta third. Time for the Subway $5 footlong fan poll. Your chance to win Subway's Big Night at the Ballpark and monthly Subway footlong feast. You can text Subway to 269-411 now for your chance to win at tonight's question. You think Chipper Jones belongs in the Hall of Fame? A, yes. B, no. Here comes Larry Jones.
I think he's
a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah. Well, he isn't through playing yet either. But he's got 15 years in the bank. Lifetime 310 hitter.
Led the major leagues last year with a 364 average.
His first batting title. Former MVP.
Always had the reputation for getting the big hit, clutch player, especially in their big games against divisional rivals like the Mets. He's feeling that last foul ball.
Latos fooled him there with a changeup, but he wasn't fooled that first time up. He got a couple of fastballs, and the second one he lined into left field.
High fastball strikes out Chipper, and Latos has his first 3-up, 3-down inning. First K for Latos tonight. It's 2-2. All kids 14 and younger receive a Padres mini bat presented by Cox Channel 4 San Diego. You can visit Padres.com to get your tickets. Sun setting on another gorgeous day. 2-2 last of the third. Heart of the order up for the Padres, and leading off is second baseman David Eckstein. Eck grounded out to second his first time up. That is up high. 1-1 to Eck. Pulled down the left field side, foul. You ever seen a Japanese game in person?
Spring training.
What I'm getting at is, how come so many of their pitchers kind of do the same thing? You know, that same slow start to the delivery. That's down the right field line. Diaz on the run. That's fair. It skips into foul territory. Eck to second. He's going to race for third. And Eck has his second triple of the season. This is a stand-up triple.
Eck hits this ball right down the line, and Matt Diaz does all he can to try to come up with this ball. Well, you're the right fielder here at Petco. You got some issues down there with that mound, and you see he lays out and comes up just a little bit short.
And he's got to go get it.
And he's got to go get it. Next time he's easily able to get to third.
Breaking ball inside. Preventable. The runner on base, he speeds up the motion a little bit. But you know what I'm getting about those Japanese pitchers?
They have that little bit of a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much from the stretch.
Remember when Hideo Nomo came over? It was like, wow.
Yeah.
The whirling dervish. What is that?
In the windup, he would almost completely stop.
Up the middle, base hit. X scores, and the Padres take their first lead. It's 3-2 San Diego. 14th RBI for Venable.
Again, good at bat. Venable stays back on that breaking ball, doesn't try to do too much, goes right back up the middle with it. The backdoor breaking ball. See him stay back. But he was able to stay back on that breaking ball, didn't try to pull it, goes back up the middle with it for the base hit and the RBI.
The lead for Latos. Kuz. First meeting of the year between the Braves and Padres. We were talking earlier, it used to be divisional foes, used to see this team all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that every once in a while you get on each other's nerves, like in 1984.
Yeah.
There's a strike. 1984, the Braves and Padres had one of the craziest, nastiest brawls that I'm sure that you were ever a part of.
Oh, yeah, without question. I mean, that's the year that the Braves were in second place that year.
Double play ball. Prado, Escobar, and up the line. Thanks to the slide by Venable, and that's going to allow Kuz to go down to second. Error charge to Escobar. And instead of turning 2, they get only 1, and the Padres have Kuz in scoring position for Headley.
That's a great job by Will Venable challenging this double play ball. You see him going into the bag, and the throw pulls LaRoche off the bag. But you see him going in there hard. And LaRoche unable to cut that ball off, and Kuzmanov gets himself right into scoring position.
Looked like Will did, and Will's a tall guy. He went in straight for the bag, but he stayed upright late.
Yeah, late.
Down and in, ball 1 to Chase. And they grounded out to the right side his first time up.
Back to that 84 team. That was the year the Braves were challenging us for the division. And we went into a series into Atlanta where they were 8 games back, and they felt like they had to sweep us, and lost the first 2 games of that series in that Sunday game. Still one of the most unusual days I was ever a part of at the big league level.
Well, you knew it was going to be a crazy day when Pascal Perez, with the first pitch of the game, hit Wiggins, right?
Hit Alan Wiggins right in the back. And
it just got crazier from there.
Yeah, it did. It really did. I mean, it was calm for a couple of innings, but the first time Pascal came up to the plate, as the kids say today, it was on after that.
It was on.
Yeah, it was on. And it was on from the 3rd inning all the way to the end.
Glad you picked up some of the jargon from the youngsters with your time on campus.
Us college coaches, we have to try to relate.
3-1 to Headley. Going after that one on the low inside edge. First 3-ball count of the night for Kawakami, and now he gets it to 3-2.
Yeah, that last pitch, it looks like a fastball, and right at the end, it kind of sinks a little bit. I'm just not sure exactly what that is.
Now looking on the outside corner. Well, our Aflac trivia question tonight. Running what we've been discussing, how many ejections were there during the infamous beanball war between the Padres and Braves? That was August 12th of 1984.
I don't know. I was in it. I don't remember how many. I know it's a lot.
You did not get thrown out,
No,
though.
I did not.
Kyle Blanks homered his first time up. His 6th home run of the season. And he's sent onto the beach beyond the right center field fence. Nipping the low outside corner to Kyle. 1-1.
Just hit a ball, onto the beach, like you said, and start him out with a little sinker away, and comes back with a breaking ball away.
Sharply to short, knocked down. Escobar gets up and throws him out at first by a step. But Kyle hit that ball well on the ground. Padres get a run here in the 3rd and take a 1-run lead. How many times did he try to hit Pascual Perez?
We missed him 3 times.
Then it looks like Pascual's going to do all the Juan Marichal and get crazy, but it settled out. Joe Torre was the manager of the Braves then. Of course, Dick Williams for the Padres.
So both sides have been warned right there, where we're not going to have any more of this nonsense going on. And of course, both sides promptly did.
We'll have more of that as we go through this 4th inning. Brian McCann, the leadoff hitter, or I should say the cleanup hitter, will lead off for Atlanta. First pitch, breaking ball, strike.
You see Matt's done he's made an adjustment now. He's throwing his breaking ball for a strike. He's throwing his changeup for a strike. And trying to keep these hitters off balance here.
Three runs, 6 hits for the Padres. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error for Atlanta. Latos retired the side in order in the 3rd. McCann, a sac fly in his first plate appearance. .52 RBIs for Brian McCann on the season. 31 of those have come with 2 outs.
That's the toughest one to get.
He's got some clutch hits for this Atlanta club.
He drove in 93 runs in 2006, 92 in 2007.
Left field and Headley. 1 gone. All right, back to 84. The Padres are trying to hit Pascual Perez. Whitson a couple of times, and on the 3rd time now he gets thrown out. Was that Steve Ripley played umpire?
Steve Ripley, yep. So Ed Whitson gets tossed, and because Dick Williams had been warned, he gets tossed.
Here's Garrett Anderson, the left fielder, looking at strike 1. Latos now 11 of 14 first pitch strikes. 0-2 on Anderson. Anderson in his first at bat popped out to Eckstein in shallow right, and that's the play. Prado tried to tag up and score from 3rd and was thrown out at the plate. There's a second strikeout for Latos, 2 down. Well, the Padres finally were able to hit Perez. Greg Lefferts got him. And this is when all heck actually breaks loose.
Yeah, it got ugly pretty quickly after he got hit, because there are some skirmishes all over that field. And
there's number 19. And
he had Norm Sherry, our pitching coach, in a headlock. I don't know who that was. You're just trying to protect your guys.
Escobar fouls it away. I think might have been Brad Komitska now.
And then that's where
Summers.
This is where it kind of changed, because the fans jumped out of the stands, and it went from 2 teams fighting against each other to 2 teams fighting people from the stands. And honestly, there were a whole bunch of guys that day trying to play peacemaker, but just wasn't going to happen. Just wasn't going to happen that day. And to me, one of the funniest things about that day, if you could say there's anything funny, Gar's hair didn't move that day. It stayed right in place. And they talked about it in the clubhouse that day, because after it was all said and done, Braves won the game. But we walked in and we did what we had to do. We took 2 of 3. We went from a 8-game lead to a 9-game lead, and we came home and ended up winning the division.
And we got some more footage from that game still to come. 0-2 pitch. A little roller up the first base side. Kyle making the underhand toss to Latos. There has to be a commercial in there for Steve Garvey somewhere, right? You go into a brawl, your hair never moves. So this is Act what out of this whole?
This is Act 4 right
Act
here.
4, okay.
After trying to hit Pasquale, we finally did, and they came back, and Donnie Moore hit
Flan. Garber going at it.
See
Flan, old Mother Hubbard
getting slung out of there. He got cheap shotted. Somebody, clocked him in the jaw. And again, you had a bunch of guys out there trying to break it all up, but
Alfonso Cabrera and Latos. Here in the San Diego fourth, we've got a little bit more.
Really?
That game still to come. Yeah, there's still more, believe it or not. Hey, I noticed Bob Gibson, I guess he was the pitching coach of the Braves then.
Joe Torre was the manager. Bob Gibson was the pitching coach.
That's one coach I would have been avoiding.
Oh,
during
you're
a melee like that. It's Bob
right.
Gibson.
Absolutely right. But you know what? Two teams going at it, trying. We had never won. Braves hadn't won in a while. Both teams trying to, basically stare down the other team. And hey, on our side, we just felt like Pasquale started that. First pitch, we had an hour and a half rain delay. Alan Wiggins steps up, and the first pitch of the game, pow, hit him in the ribs. And
Alfonso, high fly left center field, but it'll stay in the yard of the Clout. The first out of the bottom of the fourth. Well, the aftermath, Eddie Whitson with no shirt on, pointing out some fans.
See, there's Garv in the background. Kurt Bavacqua tried to climb into the stands.
That's a fan down on the field who's seen better days.
You see, Witt was going to go after the guy on the field, and it takes two guys to hold him back.
Wow, I'm going to assume that Tony Gwynn, you see police on the dugouts, at no point in your career at San Diego State, the minor leagues or the major leagues, were you ever shirtless on the field?
No, never. No. Well, see, back then, we had two instances that game.
Yeah.
Ed was already out of the game because he had been tossed in the third. He came back on the bench. That in today's game, that would be, immediate suspension.
Well, a melee like that today, I'm sure would have led to more suspensions, more fines than what were levied back in 1984.
Believe me, if that happened in today's game, there would not be enough guys on either team. They'd be calling guys up for the minors to play.
Everett takes a strike, 3-1. Padres went through 4 managers that day. Of course, Dick Williams, who was the manager, after he got thrown out, Ozzie Virgil.
Yep.
And when he got thrown out, Jack Kroll. And when he got thrown out, Harry Dunlap. And there's the out at first. Cabrera retired, 2 down. So let's answer the Aflac trivia question. Then how many ejections were there during that particular game? Padres Braves August 12th, 84. And the answer, 13.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
I guess there could have been.
I know there were a lot of fines. Now, ejections out of the game, because it took them a while to kind of figure out, okay, what happened, especially after the first one. When both teams converged on the field, it was.
Did it pretty much cost everybody a little bit of money that was on the field?
Not everybody.
Not everybody? Did you get out of that unhurt?
I did.
Didn't cost you a dime?
No,
nice.
But, the next day, or 2 days later.
Now the right field side in foul territory, LaRoche sees it drop in the seats.
And again, you saw me, taking down somebody. I forget who it was, but
I think it was Brad Collins.
He had Norm Sherry in a headlock. Norm Sherry was almost 60 then. Young guy had Norm Sherry in a headlock. I was just like,
pick on somebody your own age.
Exactly.
1-1 to Matt Latos. So how much did that do to the 8 there? It's Brad Collins.
See Norm Sherry. There's Norm Sherry, Bob Gibson. I was just letting him know, hey, don't leave the old man alone. Leave the man alone. And it's funny because that happened and there wasn't anybody jumping on me or anything either. But in that melee, Kurt Bavacqua, our fearless leader coming off the bench, he drilled Harry Dunlap, our own third base coach.
By accident?
No, he didn't know who he was hitting. He just hit the first guy he saw. It was Harry.
Latos called out on strikes. Padres go down in order for the first time. Nice to look back to August 12th. Mid-game recap is brought to you by Murray Lampert Construction. Need more space? For quality, integrity, and value, there's only one company to call, Murray Lampert Construction. Log on to murraylampert.com. What a great shot there. Did they have a mid-game recap? August 84. Was that game on TV? Televised? TBS or anybody doing that game?
Yeah, TBS I know televised it, and I'm not sure if it was televised back home or not.
Bottom 3 up for Atlanta in the 5th, and LaRoche got under that high fly. Right field near the line. Venable right near that bullpen mound. He was half in fair, half in foul territory, and according to base umpire Mike DeMuro, caught it in fair territory.
He got over there in plenty of time, too, in case he had to go on those mound, on the pitching mound down there. See, that's ratio doing pretty good now. He's gotten into a really good rhythm here, and mixing his pitches up.
And Diaz, the right fielder, takes strike one. Diaz singled his first time up and swings through that breaking ball. Off speed pitch. 0-2. More breaking balls and off speed pitches from Latos the second time through the order, it seems, though, Tony.
No question.
Back to the fastball that was high, and Venable back to the warning track to make the catch. Diaz flies out to deep right. Diaz, who was caught stealing in the second, our Coors Light freeze cam. He had this back stolen, but then came off the base, and Everett kept applying the tag. The left hand came off.
He did a nice job keeping the tag on him. You see, originally was on his arm, but then he went to his leg and got the call.
Inshin Kawakama, the pitcher. Lined out to the left fielder Headley in the second inning.
That's the last ball that Diaz hit the right field. Look at Venable. He just does a great job of knowing exactly where he is. Gets to the warning track, knows he's got plenty of room, and makes the play.
Tipped by Cabrera, but into center field. And the pitcher Kawakama has a 2-out hit.
You come up to the plate and there's nobody on. Your best place to get a base hit, right back up the middle. He didn't hit it especially hard. He just hit it in the perfect spot. Cabrera tried everything he could to knock that ball down and at least give himself a chance to throw him out at first. But normally, nobody on base, the middle of the diamond is your best bet.
McLeod takes a strike. By the way, Tony, we're told that the game was televised locally back in '84. That time on Channel 39, and Dennis Morgino was working at the station at the time, waiting to anchor the news after the game.
Well, believe me, everybody was talking about it. And our fans couldn't wait until the Braves came to San Diego that September.
Yeah, how'd that go?
But honestly, it was over by then. I mean, we were double digit ahead by then, and Pascual Perez did pitch against us in that series. And
inside to McLeod. Thought perhaps Pascual would have sent one of his other brothers, perhaps as himself.
Well, he had interesting times in Atlanta. I mean, he got lost going to the ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
He's a quality pitcher, but
all those Perez brothers had great arms.
They all could throw. Pascual had good stuff. Melito was with the White Sox.
Three and one on McLeod, who walked and scored in the first. Flat out his last time. When McLeod walked in the first, it was an 0-2 count. Worked it back full and walked. So this is just the second 3-ball count for Latos tonight. Both times to McLeod. Blanks at the seats, but that's well back into the crowd.
Kyle Banks letting Latos know he's going to be playing behind the pitcher. And that's with McLeod hitting, left-handed pull hitter. Trying to take away that hole.
And went off McLeod in the batter's box. You can tell by that facial expression.
For sure where that caught him, but
ooh, right shin.
Shin burgers, those aren't fun either. And when you play every day like he does, at some point you're going to do it. You're either going to foul a ball off of it, or something's going to happen in batting practice. Something's going to happen.
Got him looking. Off-speed pitch, strikes out McLeod. Third K for Latos. That one even up near the outside corner.
Casino. Great food, great entertainment. The valet's great. They will take care of you. Other acts, Randy Travis, Three Dog Night, Beach Boys. ValleyViewCasino.com. Catch a wave. You'll be sitting on top of the world at Valley View.
Bottom of the fifth from Petco Park. And the Padres leading Atlanta 3-2. Top of the order coming up. Gwynn, Eckstein, and Venable. Each team scoring a single run in the first two innings. Padres getting the go-ahead run. A single tally in the third on a Venable RBI base hit. 3-6-0 for San Diego with 3 men left on. 2-6-1. 2-5-1 that is for Atlanta. And they have stranded a couple. Braves loaded the bases with nobody out to begin the game. Settled for just one in the first. And that kind of helped set the tone for the Padres getting out of that with just one run allowed.
How huge was that hit? Bases loaded, nobody out. A sac fly drives in a run. Runner moves to third. And then the Eckstein play where he was backpedaling, and Prado thought he could score. Martin Prado thought he could score, and Eckstein threw him out at the plate.
Ball on to Tony. I was interested to hear you talk before the game about the play. Tony was called out incorrectly by Tim Cheetah yesterday. And the ball put in play by Cabrera in the 8th inning. And I guess all Junior said was to Tim Cheetah, hey, just check the video after the game.
After the game, yeah.
Which we had the luxury of seeing the video at that time.
Right.
We could tell that the ball did not hit him. On the ground right side. And Prado throws him out, one away in the 5th.
He was adamant yesterday that this ball didn't hit him, and it didn't. and he got to second base. And what I later found out yesterday was Tim Cheetah said he didn't really see it hit him. He heard it hit his foot. And of course, every major leaguer is going to say, "Wait a minute, you didn't see it, you heard it." And really, when you're a player in that situation, that's really all you could do is, at least say, at the end of the game, just check it. Buddy Black went out and argued.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd response from Tim Cheetah that he heard it.
Yeah.
Because he was 80 feet away.
He's sitting right in the middle of the field, but that's really not his call. It's the first base umpire's call.
And he didn't call anything.
He had both arms out.
Or he called safe.
Like he didn't see anything. He didn't hear anything. And, granted, Brewers won 6-1, but, first and second, nobody out with Adrian Gonzalez coming up to the plate. You never know. And when you're, as Anthony said, when you only have a few innings left, hey, you're battling for survival. You're hoping. Yeah, Adrian might be able to pop one, make it 6-4, and get you right back in the ballgame. But, you're not going to win these arguments. It's just very rarely does it work out in your favor.
Hank has a triple and a run scored, 1 for 2. Slices it foul. I really thought that yesterday that Prince Fielder and perhaps the second baseman Lopez kind of sold the call.
Yeah, I agree
to the umpire.
I agree with you. He jumped over that ball, and right away both of those guys pointed. And again, I don't know what's in Tashida's mind there before he makes that call, but if you say you heard it hit his foot,
you got some pretty good hearing.
I'm telling you, I'm not buying. It's hard to swallow that one.
Inside Eck, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tough guy to strike out, Eck. Kawakami fans him for round number 2.
A little breaking ball. He wasn't trying to throw it for a strike. You see Eck again. When you see that side view, that front foot hits the ground, and you see him trying to hold his ground, trying to let that ball get to you. And just a little bit out in front and a little bit over the top of that. Check out let me show you again from the side. You see that front foot hits the ground, and now you see his weight suddenly shift over that front leg, and it's only going to go too far before you have to take that swing. And he just couldn't hold it long enough for the ball to get in the zone.
Venable has his 3rd hit. A 2-out single to right. We'll use it off fields. First inning, single to left center, single to center in the 3rd, and this one to right.
Well, again, ball in the middle of the plate. See the spin on that? That's a nice swing. A little bit out in front, but still hits it crisply in the right field. He's got it going on right now. 3 singles. You're not going to know how to pitch him already. 1 to left, 1 to center, 1 to right. And this was a combination that worked in the first inning. After he singled the first time, Kuzminoff doubled to right center to drive him in.
Venable batting in the 3 spot tonight. Again, Adrian Gonzalez not in the starting lineup. There goes Venable. Pulled foul outside of 3rd. Now the shortstop, Escobar, was covering. And the big hole was on the left side.
And they challenged it. He came in on it. Normally on a pitch like that where you're going to throw him something inside, second baseman's going to cover. And on that particular time, Venable got a good jump. Kawakami came inside, and the shortstop covered.
Breaking ball is high.
Well, the first time they went away and he doubled to right center. And then the second time they went away and he hit a 1-hopper to the second baseman for a double play.
Chipper Jones He out at first. A hit and a man left on. 4 stranded now by San Diego. And at the end of 5 for Petco Park, Padres lead it 3-2. Led the Padres to a 3-2 win over Atlanta. Of course, 91 was the year that the Braves turned it around. Worst at first. Went on to the World Series that year. Had to be a little tough when you go into Atlanta. Sometimes it'd be Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, or even back then, Avery.
Yeah, a lot of tough.
Yeah.
Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, Avery. You know, they had Denny Nagel at one point.
Part of the order for the Braves in the 6th. 1-1 on Prado. That's a single tonight, and fly to right his last time up. Laces it foul right side.
Matt Latos, the first couple of innings, the balls were getting hit pretty hard, but he's made an adjustment and really has changed speeds nicely, kept these guys off balance.
Towards the middle, and Cabrera. One out in the 6th. Well, the first time through the order, Braves were hitting a lot of Latos fastballs and hitting them sharply. Second time through the order, Latos allowed only 1 hit, and that ironically was to the pitcher, Kawakami. Now here we go, the third time through the order. So I guess, what do we call this? See how the Braves adjust to the adjustment?
Mm-hmm. See what they do. I mean, because much like the Padres are trying to do with Kawakami, you're trying to get a bead on what's going on. What's he doing?
Dipper swinging at the first pitch. Fly ball to left and Headley. And 2 away in the Braves 6th.
And there, you know, if hitters are going to get a little bit impatient, starting with a first pitch fastball or first pitch breaking ball, he's out in front, flies out to left field.
Well, that's 12 straight first pitch strikes for Latos.
And that's the other thing. If you're just going to sit up there and throw strikes,
and that breaks the string there.
You're going to throw first pitch strikes. Well, you know what? I'm going to be ready to hit. And that's, I think, what we're seeing a little bit of here.
And on McCann, he waves and misses. But another off-speed pitch. McCann has a sac fly, and he's flied to left.
Good changeup. Braves don't know Latos. They've only seen video. They haven't had a chance to get up there and face him. And this is, the big leagues is about repetition. You see guys a lot.
Diving attempt off Blanks, but there's Eck. There's your routine 3-4-1 put out to end the inning. Glanced off the glove of the diving Blanks. Eck in the right spot. And they get McCann. There's your Padre teamwork. Another Padres 2-for-1 getaway day presented by Southwest Airlines. Enjoy 2-for-1 prices on tickets and Wiener Schnitzel hot dogs. Five, 6, and 7 batters for San Diego in the sixth, leading 3-2. Maybe a little inside to Headley for ball one. Here's a strike. Chase 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out to the right side in the first and was called out on strikes in the third. Keeps pounding him in.
That ball's running. It's a fastball that's it is running away from Headley. He's throwing it in. He's throwing it middle of the plate. Let it run away. He's mixing in a little breaking ball and
breaking ball whacked into right center for a base hit. Leadoff single for Chase. Time for a Home Depot defensive play tonight. Home Depot, more saving, more doing. How about Eck?
I mean, Eck only makes this play because he's following the baseball. You know, a lot of times that ball's hit to the right side and you see your second baseman just standing there thinking it's a first baseman's ball. But Eck made that play because he followed the baseball. And when it went off Blanks' glove, he was there to field it and make the play. He just does a lot of things right, man. He didn't get a whole lot of credit, but let me tell you something. He's done a great job.
Breaking ball strike to Kyle. He blasted one 411 feet to the beach and right center in the second. And in the third, grounded out sharply to the shortstop Escobar.
for the most part, for the right-handed hitters, the ball's been out over the plate. He hadn't come in on many right-handed hitters. So Kyle Blanks has already hit a home run to right field. Kuzmanov has doubled to right center field. And he hadn't shown so far, at least to the righties, that he could come in. He's going to come in here.
Bounced out to Chipper Jones. Prado, and they turn 2. 5-4-3.
A good pitch by Kawakami. Just kind of ran that fastball in. Chipper Jones to Prado. Prado looked like he was in the neighborhood. I don't know if he was on the bag.
Greg Burke looks like he'll be getting loose hitting in the San Diego bullpen. McCann coming back, but it's in the seats. Eliezer has a hit in 2 at-bats. A single in the second. Flight out to center in the 4th. And guy out on the beach in right center field. Brought the shovel in the pail.
Padres shirt and hat on.
Got a little piece of McCann. Maybe out on that forearm. No sugar in that cotton candy,
No,
is there?
that's food that's always legal at the ballpark.
See, tattoo?
That's new. To me, it's new. Tattoos.
Temporary tattoos.
Oh, man, it's buried. He got his legs in the sand.
Better than having your head in the sand, I guess. Still 0-2 on Alfonso. Two outs, nobody on to the San Diego 6th. Eliezer very emphatically requesting time.
Sinker.
And Chipper Jones. A leadoff hit, but a double play, and Kawakami faces the minimum 3 hitters. At the end of 6. 1-run lead for Latos. At Petco Park. Glad to have you with us tonight. Mark Neely and Tony Gwynn, both on vacation for this homestand. We head into the top of the 7th inning. Matt Latos in his 4th Major League start. A 3-2 Padres lead. Latos to face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, and Matt has retired 4 in a row and 13 of the last 14 Atlanta batters. Catching some Z's.
Knocked out.
Left fielder Garrett Anderson leading off. Well, he really has thrown a lot of off-speed pitches, 2nd and 3rd time through the order.
I think that's the first time through. He's thrown 84 pitches. First time through, they were right on that fastball, so he had to start throwing that breaking ball and changeup, getting them off that fastball.
Fastball grounded out to Cabrera. 1 away.
Put just enough doubt on their mind.
Hey, here's tonight's Energy Resource Center Power Player answer. And the question, name the former Braves pitcher to hit 2 grand slams in a game. And the answer, Tony Cloninger.
You know, Cloninger pitched for the Reds, too, didn't he?
I believe he did, yes. 2 grannies in 1 game. And that's a screamer up the middle for Escobar. Well, the tying run is on for Adam LaRoche. Look at our comparison brought to you by Marvin K. Brown, San Diego's newest Mitsubishi dealer. Players who have appeared for 3 teams in the same season. LaRoche, Pirates, Red Sox, and now to the Braves this year. Josh Wilson spent time with the Padres this year on his 3rd club. LaRoche has already hit one out tonight to the opposite field in the 2nd inning.
We were talking about the fastball. That's the first fastball that's been hit since the 2nd inning on the first pitch.
2-0. LaRoche hit the 2nd. Going to left center.
Easy swing. Not over swinging. Taking the ball where he threw it.
3 balls, no strikes. They have the pitcher spot due up 2nd in the bottom of the inning for the Padres. So ideally, they'd love to get Latos through the 7th. Bad for him in the bottom of the inning. You got Thatcher and Burke up in the bullpen, though. And a 4-pitch walk to LaRoche. First walk for Latos since McLeod walked to lead off the game. And Darren Balsley out. I wonder how much of that was Latos having a command issue and how much of it was LaRoche, who homered in the 2nd, standing at the plate.
I think most of that was LaRoche having hit that home run to left field, especially going the opposite way.
Terry Pendleton, the hitting coach.
Looking at his reports.
Big spot in the order up. Matt Diaz, the right fielder. Singled in the 2nd, was caught stealing when he overslid the back. And fly to right in the 5th. 2 on, 1 out for Atlanta in the 7th. 3-2 Padres leading. There's the first pitch strike from Latos. Again, off speed. Breaks his bat. Cabrera steps on, uses that arm. Offline, though, down the line. Blanks had to come off the base. And instead of an ending double play, it's runners at the corners, 2 outs. And Everett tried to do it all himself there and maybe should have given that one up to Eck. But even so, a good throw would have gotten the out at first.
Yeah, I think the thought was right. He just had to make a good throw. See, the throw was... I think the broken bat is what convinced him that he should try to do it himself, and just a bad throw. Good throw, and this is a double play, and you're out of the inning.
And Greg Norton will bat for the pitcher, Kawakami. High run at third, and Escobar. Go ahead run. Diaz is at first with 2 outs in the Atlanta 7th. Norton lines at right field. Venable! Headlong diving grab to win the inning. A sinking liner and a great catch by Will Venable to preserve the lead. Venable laying out. And it's time to stretch a Petco. San Diego fans of the game. The pitcher for Atlanta, Eric O'Flaherty.
His numbers 1-1. Opponent's hitting .239. His 54th game. Fastball, slider, curveball, change. Lance worked against the Dodgers. Second game of their series. Went 2/3 of an inning, didn't give up anything.
Cabrera then the pitcher's spot, and Gwynn in the San Diego 7th. Everett has grounded out to the first baseman, LaRoche, twice. Kawakami, the Brave starter, goes 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs, 8 hits. Struck out 4, did not walk anybody. Threw 84 pitches and 60 of those for strikes. Oscar Salazar to bat for Latos next. And on 2-0, Cabrera takes a strike. A good night for Latos.
Yeah. Again, 7 innings, only 2 runs. Kept his team in the ball game. Puts them in a position where they could win.
A nice play by Venable to finish off Latos' night on the mound.
Yeah, great play by Venable because he got a great jump on that ball. And, you know, it didn't look like he was going to have to dive for it, but having to end up diving to make that catch tells you what a great jump he got off to. Well, Venable having himself a night. 3 knocks, a couple of nice defensive plays.
Two pitch. Everett stays off of it. Outside and a full count.
Little change up. The Gonzalez brothers, you figure at some point Adrian's going to be in this game.
Edgar's saying he's doing better. The only time he still feels the symptoms from the beating is when he lays down. He still feels a little dizzy at times when laying down, but when he's upright, he says he feels normal.
Good.
So, doing better, getting closer, hopefully, but still on the disabled list. 3-2. Chop to the right side. Big bounce, LaRoche, and the pitcher late and covering. And it turns into an infield hit for Cabrera when O'Flaherty omitted his responsibilities.
Well, that's the first thing you work on when you go to spring training. Ground ball to the right side. You can hear the catcher say, "Cover!" And as soon as this ball bounced one time and you don't see O'Flaherty in the picture, forget it. Because Cabrera, you see, he beat that easy.
Yeah, that's the last guy that you want to be a tad late getting towards first. Is Cabrera.
Exactly. If you don't get a good break off of first base, you're not going to beat him.
Oscar Salazar batting for Latos. Oscar had a couple of big pinch hits in the series against the Brewers. There goes Everett. And the ball off McCann and no throw. Play looked a little bit awkward because the hitter Salazar then just kind of stepped in front of the plate when he saw the ball.
Well, he shows bunt. Yeah, and then just Cabrera had a good jump. Well, he didn't show butt. He just saw that ball in the dirt, and he was just trying to get out of the way.
14th steal and 15 attempts for Cabrera.
And so now you got to get him over.
Now he does show bunt. It takes a strike.
You can bunt him over. You hit a ball to the right side to get him over. You get a fly ball to get him over. He's in scoring position. And usually the way it works out in this game is if you're trying to do the right thing, usually something's good going to happen.
Salazar on Saturday night had a pinch hit RBI double against the Brewers. Runner heading for third and safe. And the ball beat him there. Chipper Jones trying to apply the tag, but Cabrera called safe by third base umpire Angel Campos. No argument.
He's right there. I'm thinking this ball must have short hopped because Salazar pulls it back. And you see him reach for him, and oof. I don't know there. That's pretty close.
Chopped over the drawn-in infield. That scores Cabrera. Salazar with a pinch hit RBI single, and it's 4-2 San Diego.
However it works out, you'll take the result. Salazar, nice bit of hitting. Infield comes in, and he just chops it over Chipper Jones' head. Nothing he could do. Base hit to left field.
How many squares it takes low?
Here's the play at third again, and I really think his hand got in there first, but he reaches up a little bit and that hand gets underneath, but then it comes off the bag as his body comes through. Watch the glove. The glove reaches for him, but the hand is in. Then the hand comes off, the body comes off, and the glove's still on him. So technically,
right,
he should have been out. Caught a break. Well, what happened really was that's to make up for yesterday. Okay.
At the expense of the Braves.
You know, the ball, they said hit Anthony's foot, it didn't. Nothing you could do. One day later, Campos is at third. Hey, to me that looked like he was out, but hey, it all evens out.
Over 162 game season, it does have a tendency to even out, doesn't it?
It does for us announcers. It doesn't.
3-0 strike. Now, those who advocate replay will argue, though, that it doesn't even out in the postseason, and that if you're going to use it, that's the time to use it.
Yeah, now that I'm kind of leaning towards that.
Low strike, 3-2.
I'm kind of postseason. There's so much on the line. See that 3-1 pitch, Junior not real happy with. See if they start the runner here. You've just gotten an insurance run.
Salazar takes off, and it's fouled.
3-2. Junior not sure. Fouls it off.
Salazar on the move again, and a foul left side into the second deck.
Junior's got a couple of ways he can go. He'll try to shoot one between the gap between first and second. Try to hit the hole at third. Looks like they're going to go away.
Foul outside of first. Nice play by the ball girl.
So 3 straight times they've sent the runner. And Junior's fouled it off.
Salazar not running, grounded to first. LaRoche to second out, back to first, safe. Wednesday is officially free and easy at the Del Mar Racetrack. Diamond Club members enjoy free stretch run admission, free reserved seating, and a free program. Plus, enjoy half-price domestic craft beers, sodas, and hot dogs at select stretch run concessions. One down for Eck. Tripled to right in the third and scored. 1 for 3 night. Tony takes off. Pitch a ball, throw to second. Nowhere close. Good steal for Gwynn. And he's in scoring position with one out.
Really good jump right there by Junior. As soon as that leg went up, he took off. Can does all he could. He gets underneath the tag. Gets himself in a scoring position. And how many times have you seen Eck get walked intentionally?
Well, the answer this year is none until now.
Well, earlier in the game, I was talking about a subtle adjustment. And when you, for Will Venable, when you look at it from the side, they both look pretty similar, don't they? The one on the left is him from early in the year. The one on the right is here from him now. And you see how bent over at the waist he was on the left? Now he's more upright. He's more straight up and down. And he's seeing the ball good, and he's staying back on the ball, and he's using the whole field. And during the course of the season, those are the kind of adjustments you usually have to make. You have to figure out a way for you to stay balanced throughout your swing. And that little subtle adjustment, I think, from early in the year to where he is now, has really put him on this run, this good offensive run that he's been on here the last 8 or 9, 10 games.
3 for 3 tonight.
Remember that average was in the 100s, 180s for a while, and now he's starting to pick it up and really starting to swing the bat good.
11 hits in his last 21 at bats. Hitting over 500 in that span. The average overall now up to 257. Will had homered in 3 consecutive games. That streak broken yesterday. Obviously, to each his own there, Tony. For Will, better to stand more upright. There are others, I think, in history like a Pete Rose and a Ricky who would crouch, have an exaggerated crouch.
And it's not about what somebody else tells you. It's about you understanding what you need to do when you get in that batter's box. And again, it was real subtle. If you don't watch hitting closely like I do, you wouldn't have noticed it.
Back to the mound. Out at second, relay to first safe. It just took too long to develop to the Braves infield. It got back to the mound pretty quickly for O'Flaherty. But to the shortstop Escobar, and with the speed of Venable, he beat the relay.
Just a kind of a lob throw to Escobar. If even putting that throw, you have to put something on it. And when you're trying to turn the double play, you can't afford to lob that ball to the shortstop second baseman.
Runners at the corners with 2 down, and that's going to be all for O'Flaherty. You can stop by Discount Tire for a free tire inspection and air gauge. And if you're not satisfied with one of their tires, please feel free to bring it back. Moylan is in.
Peter Moylan leading the league in appearances. This is his 59th. 3-2 record. Opponents hitting 259. He's kind of a slinger, kind of from down under. Fastball slider.
Sling strike one. Who actually is from down under. He's from Australia. Nothing and two.
A little slider. I mean, coming from down under, so it's tough enough to pick up the baseball on the fastball, but it comes back with a slider away.
All the appearances for Moylan this year after last season appearing only 7 times while coming back from Tommy John surgery. A little bit low, 2-2. Pretty soon that Tommy John's going to be an outpatient here. Guys just come back from that better than ever.
I don't think Peter Moylan was too happy with that last pitch either. You know, what he thought was a pretty good pitch. Walked halfway down the mound to catch the return throw.
Runner from first takes off, and Kuz pops it up out into shallow right center field. And Prado calls for it. Padres do tack on a run on a couple of hits and strand 2. Top of the order, though, coming up for Atlanta after 7, 4-2 Padres. Prime rib buffet now for only $10. We move into the 8th inning here at Petco Park, 4-2 San Diego. And the Padres get into their bullpen now and bring out Mike Adams.
Oh, Mike Adams coming out of the bullpen. Last pitched on Saturday night against the Brewers, where he pitched an inning, struck out 1. Good ERA. Opponent's only hitting $1.39. And he's going to have to go through the top of the Braves lineup here. Padres right where they want to be. Got a lead, a 2-run lead. They got their 8th inning guy on the mound.
Dave McLeod leading off, 0 for 2. He walked leading off the game and scored. Strike 1 from Adams. McLeod was with the Pirates when they played here in April, but did not play in any of the 3 games in the series. He was out with a right oblique injury, not on the DL, but did not play in any of the 3 games. Pirates won 2 of the 3 of that series. You recall the Padres won the first game of that series in extra innings and then dropped the next 2.
The first game of a series is always important. You'd like to win that first game because then you'd only need to win 1 more to win the series. In this case, 3-game series.
Adams, K's, McLeod looking with the low 90s fastball.
It's kind of like an inside-out fastball, one that started on the inner half and just worked his way right over the heart of the plate. That's a good pitch right there. Padre bullpen pitching with a lot of confidence here. I mean, these guys all the way around. I said it at the start of the Milwaukee series. You just kind of sense these guys believing in themselves that, you know, they execute that they could win games. And thus far, here this last week or so, it's been really impressive. The young guys hitting the ball, pitchers throwing strikes, working ahead. Defense is playing a little bit better.
Check swing, did he? Yes. Over to Mike DeMuro at first. 1-2 on Prado.
Prado doesn't think he went.
Most of the time they don't, do they?
Of course, you never think you do.
0-2 delivery.
He wants it up.
Foul tip into the glove of Alfonso. That one probably wasn't up as much as Alfonso wanted it.
Alfonso wanted it up, but I don't know if it was up enough. You see him get up out of his crouch. That ball's right down Broadway. Top of the square, but enough on it to get it by Prado.
Well, Adams has fanned the first 2 batters of the 8th. And Mike has now fanned 12 of the last 18 batters he has faced. Nobody on for Chipper Jones.
I was going to say, when it just never seems to matter whether Mike Adams rolls right through the first 2 hitters, a Chipper Jones stands up there, or a Prince Fielder. That first pitch is usually something off speed. He's not just going to give in and give him a cookie.
On the outside corner. You talk about this Padres bullpen, though. Near the end of spring training, it was, in many ways, completely overhauled.
Yeah, it was.
With a lot of new names. Mike Adams, at that point, still trying to come back from the shoulder surgery, and in many ways a forgotten guy. Now he's come back pitching as well as it seems he ever has.
Well, he's come back from his injury really with a whole lot of confidence, knowing that he could pitch at this level. And again, they've added some new arms. I mean, we've just gotten 4 arms in the Jake Peavy deal. There's some arms that have come through that I think Buddy Black feels like they can work with.
Popped up. Coos right along the line. Back into fair territory to make the catch, and Adams retires the side in order.
It looked like he's going to hit tonight, Mark.
The streak may be ending here.
No, maybe so.
313 consecutive games for Adrian Gonzalez. Which, it's a Padre record.
Yep.
He recently broke the record held by Steve Garvey. It's crazy to even bring up Cal Ripken because that's insane.
No, not even.
But is this something that if he doesn't play tonight, the streak ends, and maybe you see Adrian take a few more days off just here and there? It's not a big deal anymore?
It might not be because, they might have discussed it. Buddy and Adrian might have talked about, hey, I think, you need to take a day off, a couple of days off here in the second half. And, maybe it's something that they, talked about because, if it wasn't for a couple of good ABs in Washington that day, he might not have gotten a pinch hit in that game.
Right.
And he went on to, break the Padre record, but I used to argue all the time too, but it turned out having a day off was probably a good thing. So you don't have to think about hitting, think about anything, just kind of sit there and watch other people hit, other people play the game, kind of refreshes you a little bit. I think Adrian's been pressing here a little bit lately, and hey, a day off is a good thing.
Yeah, during the All-Star break, he certainly didn't have any time off. He had a travel day from Hades just to get to St. Louis.
Yep.
Then there was the Home Run Derby, the All-Star game, the travel back. 3-2 pitch, hit sharply to first. One hopper, and LaRoche, underhand toss to Moylan. So we'll see if the streak ends, and the way Adrian's still got the coat on, it doesn't look like he's going to pinch hit here in the 8th or play defense in the 9th. So unless this game were to go to extra innings.
Well, he still might come in to play defense. You never know there. Kyle Blanks is coming up to the plate, so with a 2-run lead, you might want to get Adrian's defense in there. But it sure doesn't look like it.
There is tonight's starting first baseman, Kyle Blanks. Takes down low. The closer, Heath Bell, getting loose in the Padres bullpen. Second baseman, Prado. 2 gone. Coming up tonight, right after the postgame show at San Diego News Now, a unique partnership between NBC 739 and Channel 4 San Diego. News of the day and reporting from the San Diego Insider team. San Diego News Now follows postgame tonight on Channel 4. Ponzi has a single and 3 at-bats. That base hit came in the second. Fooled by that one. No balls, 2 strikes. 4 runs, 10 San Diego hits. They're back to the double-digit mark in hits after a day off yesterday. 5 hits in the loss to the Brewers.
Ooh, got a hanger. When you face these side armors, that's what you hope to get, a hanger. Just a little slider right in the middle of the plate. It didn't do very much. See, he wanted that ball away, and it just kind of hung on the inner half of the plate.
Chase the one down and away and strikes out. Moylan has had a perfect inning and a third of relief. Last chance for Atlanta, though. McCann, Anderson, and Escobar due up to face the closer. Heath Bell when we come back to Petco Park. Next one is this Friday, August 7th. Stay after the game for a Friday fireworks presented by Padres Banking at Bank of America. Plus, the Padres will honor Ricky Henderson before the game. And to try to close it out, Heath Bell.
Heath Bell looking to get his 27th save. Last pitched on Saturday night. Won an inning, gave up a hit, and had a strikeout.
He comes in as part of a double switch, and guess who is the other part of the double switch?
Keeps the streak alive.
Adrian at first base, batting in the 9 spot. Bell in the 6 spot, vacated by Kyle Blinks, who went 1 for 4 with a solo homer tonight. Adrian's streak will continue to 314 games. Cleanup hitter Brian McCann leads off the Atlanta ninth, and a first pitch curve is high, ball 1. His sac fly came in the first for McCann. 0 for 2 since. He's flying to left and grounded out. Fastball strike. Chopping low, 2 balls and a strike.
And the other night when Heath Bell came in, he gave up a leadoff hit to the first batter he faced, but got a strikeout, a fly ball, and a pop-up.
In fact, it was an identical 4-2 score, just as it is now. That was against the Brewers on Saturday night. Gave up the leadoff hit to Casey McGee, but then got Cameron on strikes. Pinch hitter Catalinato lined to right field or left field, and Kendall popped out to end the game. Tonight, McCann, Anderson, and Escobar. 4, 5, and 6 scheduled for Atlanta.
And again, the closer's job is not easy. He comes in this time. That time he came in, bottom third coming up. This time he comes in 4, 5, and 6, the middle of this Braves lineup. McCann, Anderson, Escobar, and if anybody gets on, LaRoche. And so all of these guys are capable, taking a bad pitch and making this a ball game.
High cheese, strike 1, or strike 3, that is, for out number 1.
Yeah, Heath Bell challenges him up in the zone. Can unable to catch up with it. See where Alfonso wanted that ball, and it's up in the zone. He puts a nice swing on it, but just a bit late. So the first out.
Left-handed hitting Garrett Anderson 0 for 3. Anderson in the first inning popped out to the second baseman Eckstein in shallow right. Runner tried to tag from third to score. Prado was thrown out at the plate. Certainly one of the defensive plays of the game.
Yeah.
Just foul past Adrian at first. Braves loaded the bases with nobody out in the first inning. Scored only 1 run as a result of that double play that ended the first. This could have very easily been a 2-3-4-0 game early.
Yep. And here it is. You see Eckstein backpedaling, and Martin Prado thought he could tag and score. And look at Alfonso just sit on home plate. There's no way he could have got to it. And that got him out of the inning. It was first and third and 1 out right there. And, you know, 1 pitch later, you get 2 outs and you're out of the inning. You only give up a run.
Breaking ball at the knees. Strike 2.
Well, a pitch before Garrett Anderson fouled a ball down the line, and he was not happy. I thought that ball was fair.
Just got a piece of it. The way Alfonso reacted, I thought maybe that got a little piece of him too.
Anderson barely able to foul that ball off. Maybe on the ricochet. We got him on the backside a little bit. Life as the catcher.
One out in the Atlanta ninth. A 1-2 pitch to Garrett Anderson. He takes it low.
The pitch track says, no, that's pitch track liked it. I didn't like it. That ball's down. And that last pitch was, it sank it like it was a changeup or something. It was something off speed. It was only 85 miles an hour. Fastball in, fastball away. Here comes the breaking ball, trying to backdoor it.
Got him to chase. It wasn't the back door, but got the strikeout nonetheless. 2 outs.
I'm not sure that's where he wanted it. You see where Alfonso wants it, but he gets the result he's looking for. It's not a strike. Garrett Anderson chases that bad ball, and now you're 1 out away from getting back on the W side.
Shortstop Escobar with a base hit his last time up. A single to center in the 7th. First pitch breaking ball inside. Another breaking ball, diving stop. Kuz gets up. Padres win it 4-2 and take game 1 of this 3-game series with Atlanta. Heath Bell gets his 27th save. Nice night for